Great. Thanks, Steph. Hi, Dante. How you doing?
Good. How you doing, Al?
Fine, thank you. Dante, want to ask you this, but when you guys played the Dolphins, it was your first game in over a year, and there were a lot of new faces on the Patriots and a lot of new parts. Now it's the last game of the regular season. How have you changed from that week to this week, and how have you seen the team change from that week to this week?
I just would say that we've grown each week. Obviously week one, you have where you want to be, and you work really hard and stuff. But sometimes there's setbacks and stuff. There's adversity, and we definitely had that. So just all in all, I would just say we've grown together as a team, and just kind of want to continue on the road that we're on.
How about for you personally? How have you seen you yourself grow from the point where I mentioned you hadn't played in a year and now you've got a full season under your belt?
I feel a lot better. Obviously, like you said, coming off a year, there's going to be some rust to get off and all that stuff. But that was expected for me. For myself, and just each week, I just wanted to get better. I didn't have a set number or whatever to do. Each week I wanted to get better, and just to help my teammates, the younger guys and the older guys just kind of lead and do what I can.
Great. Thanks, Dante.
No problem.
Next question, Bob Sosi.
Thanks, Stephanie. Good morning, Dante.
Good morning, Bob. How you doing?
I'm doing well. And yourself?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Good. Along those lines, Valen's last question. I'm curious. I know the season isn't over, and you guys hopefully have a lot of football left to be played. But last year, when you opted out, the Patriots didn't go where we're accustomed to seeing them go in the postseason, and now you guys have at least clinched a playoff berth. And it's been a year of development and a lot of progress for the team overall. I'm curious how much satisfaction you take in that, and how much you've enjoyed it. If this has been worthwhile to come back and rejoin those guys through this season.
Oh, 100%. Whenever I opted out, I literally thought I seen it as that for what it was, and just having the year away, enjoyed it. Like I told Dev and I talked to Kyle and Jamie and Guy and a bunch of guys, Bentley, throughout the year. It just feels good to be back. I missed the locker room. I missed, building camaraderie and, all the adversity, the ups and the downs and stuff, the locker room talk. But it's been great. I loved every bit of it. Hopefully, continue to, string things along and finish it the way that, I know we can.
A quick follow-up on a non-football note, but nonetheless related to relationships. Driving on Route 1 going north, can't help but notice the billboard. And I've seen the video online with you and, is it Miko?
Yes, Miko.
Miko. How did you become involved with PETA and advocate for dogs and dog owners to bring their dogs in from the cold?
Honestly, they just kind of reached out. Got in touch with people kind of close to me, and kind of asked me to do it, and I was up for it. I love my four-legged babies. Miko's my daughter. I just thought it was really important, and during the cold winters and stuff, a lot of people leave their dogs outside and stuff. So I just wanted to advocate for those who can't speak for themselves.
Yeah, she's adorable. Thanks.
Thanks, Bob.
Next question, Jim McBride.
Hi, Dante. Wanted to ask you about Tua and what kind of skills that stand out to you, and what are the kind of the rules when you're defending a guy like that?
I think Tua is just he's a really good quarterback. He fits the scheme and the mold of what they want to do. He makes quick, decisive reads. He's really good with the ball. As far as extending plays and putting the ball in places for those guys to go up and make plays, whether it's Parker or Gesicki. So I just think they do a good job of using him as well as the run game, and obviously he's had a pretty good success so far.
Thank you.
And we'll keep the questions just to one question each, please. Next question, Chris Ryan.
Hey, Dante. You've obviously won a number of championships, 3 at the Pats, 2 in college. Is there a particular feel that a team needs to have going into, quote unquote, the postseason? And is that something that's tangible that can be judged? Can you like, kind of determine how that team is feeling?
Could you ask that one more time? I'm sorry.
Yeah, just having won championships before, like, is there a certain feel that championship teams have, going into the playoffs or going into a bowl game, a place that the team has to be kind of collectively from a mental preparation standpoint?
Maybe maybe not. I just think that it's more or less of guys just kind of buying into whatever's being coached, whatever the process is, and just building off of that and having continuity, being able to do it each and every week. We kind of speak about that all the time, but honestly, whenever you're able to roll each week and you're able to grow and make mistakes, but not lose from them and learn quick on the run and make those special situation plays throughout the game. Those are plays that might not get talked about a lot, but those are the plays that win. So just kind of being cognitively aware that we're not done learning, but also we know what process is and we know what our blueprint is. So it's just more about us just putting the work in and then going out, executing, getting stuff on the sideline, getting the adjustments and getting that done on game day.
Thanks.
Next question, Nick O'Malley.
Hi, Dante. It's always interesting seeing when a team plays the same opponent at the start of the season, at the end of the season. I want to ask, we see like a lot of the names are the same, but in terms of the way a team changes and the way scheme changes, how much can a defense change over the course of the year, comparing the defense and the way you guys were playing at the start of the year to the way you guys are playing now?
I think, you kind of come in with a mindset of how you want to play at the beginning of the season. And, sometimes things fold the way that you want them to, and sometimes they don't. The better teams are able to adjust by that, whether it's changing identity or, players being asked to do different things or something. But, I think that, overall I have a big outcome of it.
Thank you.
No problem.
Next question, Dan Roach. Next question. Oh, there you go.
Oh, hey, Dante. Sorry about that. How you doing today?
Good. How you doing, Dan?
I'm good, thank you. Just a thought on Bill was just asked about how hot could he get inside the field house today, and he said not as hot as it's going to be in Miami. Just a thought on that. You've been a part of this team for a long time, about the challenges of going down to Miami, and how much would you like to keep rolling as far as what you guys were able to accomplish this past Sunday into what you do in Miami?
We can't really control the weather. He's gonna obviously, coach said he's gonna do his best to simulate that, but overall it'll just really come down to execution and fundamentals and all the great things that we always talk about. Obviously the weather we'll have to deal with that. They will too, but ultimately it'll just be down to us to going down and executing. And obviously, like you just alluded to, we want to build off last week. A great week of practice. Guys just pouring in, and until game day, where that cup's overflowing, just go out and execute.
Thank you.
And 3 final questions, starting with Andrew Callahan.
Hey, Dante, it's good to see you. Going back to the idea of how teams change over the course of a season, after you guys play Miami in the opener, JC had mentioned that Tua was a guy who, if he doesn't have his first read, he'll kind of, quote, throw it up there. Is that something you still see now, or do you agree with it all?
Maybe I think we might see it the same or not, but I think a lot of times, sometimes I think it's maybe Tua just kind of throwing it up and giving those guys a shot. Like I said earlier, whenever you got a guy like Parker or Gesicki, guys who can go up and get the ball, and you have one-on-one coverage, a lot of times you see a lot of other quarterbacks might do it and might not get questioned, but maybe that's his read or whatever. If, like I said, those are 2 guys that are really good vertical threats who go up and get the ball. So it's not always a bad thing to do to give those guys a shot in that situation.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Next question, Maury Hirschgolden.
Dante, it's not often that you get a chance to get revenge against the team. Obviously, it's only the three in division usually. Does that game still eat at your guys' crawl, knowing if that one was different week one, maybe things would be different now? And is there an element of revenge this week?
No, I mean, if the first game was different, then I mean, nothing that we've done this far would literally be the same. So I don't know if it's about a revenge game. I think it's more about us just wanting to go out and play and win. I mean, regardless of what happened in the first game or not, this game is what's important. Obviously you'll go back and look at the film and see what happened or whatever. But as far as a vengeance game or whatever, I don't see it as that. I see it as a game that we got to win because it's our next game. So I mean, maybe for some other guys, but I mean, I don't see it as that.
And final question, Mike Giardi.
Hey, D, how are you?
How you doing, Mike?
I'm good. I think I ask you a question about physicality every week from some way, shape, or form. But in the post-game video that the team released, Bill made it a point of saying, like, that's how we have to play. And when we play that way, that's how we win. Have you felt the team sort of embrace that, and you as a physical guy like hearing that sort of reinforced over and over again?
I think it's just something that we believe in, and not just something that coach kind of preaches. But a lot of guys want to be able to be physical. We want to be able to make the offense one dimensional and stop the run. And our offense wants to be able to run the ball and whatever situation is, whatever the number's called, we want to be able for them to call the number and us show up. So I think so. I think that's a mentality that he preaches too. But I think it's clear whenever we're able to play physical on both sides of the ball, in all three phases actually. That's Patriot ball, and that's the way we want to play.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it, Mike.